Hello, and welcome to Wrestling with Entertainment, bringing you the latest exclusive breaking news, previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, NWA, every Saturday on Castbox and YouTube. I'm your host, James J. And I I was able to schedule the fallen angel Christopher Daniels this week in order to resurrect our other co-host Scooter Dust.
Inusanus ominous. Inusanus. What's up, everybody? I don't know what got into me there. I'm back. I'm at 99.7%. But I'm ready. I'm back. I'm raring to get into it.
You want to make sure that you want to maybe take a break this week and make sure you get that extra 3%.
I'm sure that extra 0.3% will come back within the next hour or so.
Yeah, and it's you're people might not know you're from New York, so you have a major storm going on at this very moment.
Yep. Put it this way, I turned down the invitation to attend SmackDown, which was right in my backyard at the Barclays Center because of how cold it is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I live in Southern California, and it's been super cold. So cold I have to wear socks with my sandals.
Oh no! Oh, you poor thing. How do you ever manage?
I mean, it's super inconvenient. Now I have to go lean down, put socks on, then slide them into my sandals. Have to adjust the strap a little bit because the sandals are too tight and the socks add extra gork.
Real men wear Crocs. I'm just messing with you.
Well, what real men do you know that wear Crocs?
Deadpool?
Could you really call him a man?
No, I don't know. He's real to me, damn it. No.
Alright, it is a great day for wrestling, everybody. But we start this show off with some bad news. Uh, Earlier this week, Moondog Rex passed away. Maybe a little bit better known for being the original Axe in Demolition.
Yes, with the pizza face.
Could you maybe elaborate a little bit of what Moondog Rex meant to professional wrestling?
Well, I mean, Moondog Rex, I mean, for those of you who don't know, was better known as Randy Colley. He was part of the original, WWF before and stayed on well as it became the WWF in the early 80s. He was part of the Moondogs, and if you were a fan of wrestling in the 80s, you knew who the Moondogs were. They were WWF Tag Team Champions. He was Moondog Rex along with Moondog King, and then replaced by Moondog Spot. His biggest singles match up to that point was a shot against Hulk Hogan in 1984 that aired on both Maple Leaf and All Star Wrestling. And then he kind of fizzled out. But in the beginning of 1987, the WWE was fooling around with a Mad Max inspired gimmick, S&M like, if you will, a
I was just
team
gonna add that.
you know as Demolition, the characters of Axe and Smash. And for those of you who don't know, Barry Darso was not the original Smash. Randy Colley, aka Moondog Rex, was. But when Demolition first appeared on television in their first match with Smash Moondog Rex, they almost had like pizza face paint, or at least Smash did. Um, but then he was replaced, and then he toured around, Continental. Then in the early '90s, he had a little bit of a resurrection in WCW where he competed as Moondog Rex. I don't know how Vince McMahon wasn't kicking himself for keeping the rights to that, but was part of a stable called the Desperados, along with, believe it or not, Dutch Mantel and Black Bart. Uh, he was rebranded as Deadeye Dick. And their gimmick was they wanted to meet Stan Hansen. Uh, and then when Hansen left and never wanted to wrestle in North America again, that was it for them. But perhaps Randy Colley's Moondog Rex's most lasting impact on pro wrestling has nothing to do with being in the ring at all. It's the fact that he was a witness for the prosecution in the Vince McMahon steroid trial with George Zaharias in 1994. And that was the last anybody had heard from Moondog Rex in terms of professional wrestling.
And I think that's if Vince McMahon had anything to do with it, yeah, that sounds about right. Obviously the original Smash. Unfortunately, Brian Adams was the only crush.
Uh,
And
Actually, there was a fourth member of Demolition
there
that
was.
people, yes, but it was never on WWE or in God, I can't believe I remember this. In the IWCCW, one of those it's where the Smoking Guns got their start.
Smoky Mountain?
Um, no, not in Smoky Mountain. No, 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 no. They had guys like they had gimmicks like Odessa Slim, Chubby MC. Yeah, this was like the wrestling you would want to like. This was the wrestling that would like air at like 6 a.m. on Sunday morning. And it would replay the same show over and over again, but and they would air the same commercial for a impending match between the Honky Tonk Man and Rick Rude, and they
What
also
year was this?
advertised. Oh, this was before Honky Tonk Man came to WCW, but there
Okay,
was
so
a
mid 90s.
there was a Demolition Blast, and he was almost like one man gang size. I don't know that much about him. I just remember like, wait, there was another member of Demolition, and technically he wasn't an official member of Demolition. He was
That's what I
just
was gonna say. I
yeah,
mean, if you have a fourth member of Demolition in the woods, does anybody really see it?
yeah, that's true.
And unfortunately, Moondog Rex was not the only person we lost. Rene Goulet, former WWE star and agent, passed away as also. I don't exactly know his contributions from the backstage, but in front of it, he was a part of WWE. Could you maybe elaborate?
Well, Rene Goulet, old school fans will know him. By the way, I found more on Demolition Blast.
Oh
He
my
was,
God!
yeah, he was the
What?
partner that Axe had after Axe left the WWE and formed Demolition on his own. So it was Axe and Blast. But Rene Goulet,
That doesn't sound right.
yeah,
Like
I know.
say it super fast. Axe and
Axe and
blast.
Blast. Ah, I knew Professor Axe and Blast. Sounds like a Bond villain. Um,
That's gonna be a thing now.
Now, Rene Goulet, and no, we don't mean the guy who was a Vegas singer. That's Robert Goulet. Uh,
No relations.
no relation.
No relations.
I mean, a lot of you probably don't remember Goulet as a wrestler. He was part of that 70s and 80s uh, group of guys before the Rock and Wrestling Connection. Spent a lot of time in the AWA with Vern Gagne. Make no mistake, he was a great wrestler. Uh, he was the guy. He was by the point when wrestling started picking up popularity, he was the veteran that rookies had their matches with, so they could be in the ring with a veteran who could call the match in the ring. Wrestling guys like Ric Flair, the Iron Sheik, Jim Brunzell, Ken Patera. In 1981, he teamed with Andre the Giant. Um, but essentially, Rene Goulet, for the most part, when he was in the WWF, was one step above enhancement talent. But he was loyal,
Right.
and that earned him a position as a road agent for a very long time. You might not know him by name, but I guarantee you could pick him out as, oh, that's that medium-haired blonde guy coming out in the 90s on Superstars and Raw to help break up fights. And
Okay.
his name would get mentioned every time he would come out. Rene Goulet and Tony Garea were the ones that always got mentioned by name when they came out to help separate crowds.
Definitely one of WWE's underappreciated talents. Would you agree?
Yes, some interesting. Believe it or not, Goulet actually has some of the more interesting milestones in wrestling history. Uh, he was the first person to defeat Ric Flair. Coincidentally, it was also Ric
Ever?
Flair's ever,
Wow.
ever. Coincidentally, it was also Ric Flair's second match ever.
So he
Uh,
went 1-1.
he was
50-50 booking.
yep, he was also the first. He was in the first wrestling match ever aired on the USA Network
Oh,
back in the 80s, and his opponent was Tito Santana.
you can't say that you didn't learn anything from wrestling with entertainment.
Yep.
Alright, let's get into the show. A little later on, we will be talking about NWA Into the Fire and Ring of Honor Final Battle briefly. But right now, we are wrestling with WWE TLC. Now, as a whole, Scooter, what did you think of this pay per view?
Now, for a pay per view, For the first time in history, not to feature any singles championship matches.
That's not true.
Yes, it
Ray
is.
and The Miz was
No, it was non-title.
no, that was for the title.
No, it wasn't. It was not for the title. People all thought it was because the referee showed the belt to the Miz, but it was non-title.
That is some false advertisement.
They never advertised it as a championship match.
Well, I think you kind of assume that it's for the championship.
Well, that's what they say about assuming.
I suppose you're right about
Um,
that.
I will say this: the show was good.
Really?
It it was it it was decent. I mean, it was all. I will say this: it was almost like it went backwards, and how it ended should have been how it started.
So you mean
Uh,
like start the night with the Becky Lynch ladder match and end with Kofi Kingston and the New Day versus Revival?
I probably would have ended with that only because it was the better ladder match. I mean, the Kabuki Warriors, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair was filled with botch after botch after botch, and it was insanity, but it wasn't good insanity.
It was Alexander Wolf and not Nikki Cross insanity.
I mean, yeah, like this is like the match you show at the wrestling loony bin when you want the patients to calm down, but it ends up only just inspiring mass chaos.
There's a visual for you.
Um, I mean, uh, New Day Revival was was a great opener. Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy stole the show. Uh, I could have done without the Viking Raiders, but then again, I could do without the Viking Raiders every week now.
Well,
Especially if KFC is involved.
well, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, they kind of got overshadowed by the KFC, and
Yeah,
by
Kung
the
Fu
end of the
Chicken.
match, I was craving KFC, and I hate
Yeah,
KFC.
yeah. I'm like, oh man, I was hungry. I'm like, oh, like the winner of that match, KFC for product placement.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
Like, oh, like I just want like, yeah, just bring out Shawn Michaels dressed as the Colonel again. Just some good old HBKFC.
that's a good one. Uh,
Uh,
Obviously,
quarter. I
uh,
mean,
usually, those add-on, those plants are future wrestlers. So I'd like to ask you, Scooter, did you know any of the people eating the KFC chicken?
I did not. I
Damn.
might have known. I might have known the chicken
Well,
though.
that's just gross. Chicken.
I de- I definitely knew the mashed potatoes.
Well, yeah, it's just the potatoes are above average, I
But
suppose,
I,
for a
I mean,
fast
I
food
but
restaurant.
but when anyone spills KFC gravy, that's just absolute blasphemy.
Oh, definitely. I mean, there are people starving in Ethiopia.
Like, if yeah, my blood type is KFC gravy.
Mm. So
But anyway,
if
that's
you
how
ever
good
need
it
a
is.
blood transfusion, I'm your guy.
But I mean, uh, Corbin and Reigns surprised me. Um, yeah, and I hate Baron Corbin. I hate him with a passion. Uh,
You and me
and
both, pal.
I mean, and even that match, I mean, I got Undertaker Yokozuna vibes from the '94 Rumble in that match. Uh, it served its purpose, and now thank God it looks like they're moving on. Uh, I loved I loved how they handled Bray Wyatt because it showed us an important aspect of the character we haven't seen before, and it's the fact that Bray Wyatt is a separate entity from the Fiend. Bray Wyatt came out to his own Titantron, and the fact that we learned that the Firefly Funhouse theme song has two additional verses,
Yeah, that was surprising.
uh, the fact that there was no red light,
Thank God.
and the fact that this Bray Wyatt, while still being affected by the Fiend and still taking all that offense with a smile on his face, is the one that's vulnerable, and it's the key to defeating the Fiend.
Well, let's talk. I would like to talk a little bit more about this. Going into this match, I was genuinely interested in seeing how they handle Bray Wyatt as a wrestler opposed to the Fiend, because as you said, it's two different entities. Yes, I honestly, I was hoping that they would have an actual match that had some good, uh, just some good psychology with a couple, maybe an arm drag, heck, but maybe I was asking for too much, and I was kind of disappointed. It was kind of the same thing with the Fiend, just with Bray Wyatt at this point, without all the theatrics.
I mean, yes, yes, to a degree, but the Fiend wasn't letting anybody beat up on him.
That's
Bray,
not true. Seth Rollins beat the crap out
no,
of him.
no, but Bray Wyatt let the Miz attack
Okay,
him.
I understand what you mean. He's
Yeah,
more of a
yeah,
pacifist.
yes, and this is like, and it was almost like Bray was trying to say, "Don't do this," so because it's just gonna end up being much worse. And the fact that as it went on with every move Miz did, Bray Wyatt's smile got wider, and he kept egging him on, and the fact that all the offense for Bray Wyatt was taking advantage of a few key opportunities in the match, is parallel to the Fiend taking advantage of the opportunities he sees in playing mind games and trying to affect everybody he comes into contact with. It's it's not exactly the opposite parallel, but it's essentially Bray Wyatt as Bray Wyatt in this shows us that he is the Fiend's conscience.
Right.
And vice versa, the Fiend is Bray's conscience. And it's like it's almost a battle between somebody with dissociative identity disorder and the battle for the mind between two distinct personalities, almost kind of like Split. And
Let me ask you this. Considering the the rivalry that they build up between the Miz with Bray Wyatt stalking his family, did they make the Miz look like complete crap in this match? Bray Wyatt didn't have that much offense. Uh, Mainly he just did two Sister Abigails, and that was enough to put down Miz.
mm, I'm gonna say no, because this wasn't about this wasn't about the Miz trying to win. This was about Miz wasn't fighting as a wrestler, he was competing as a man, as a father trying to avenge the honor of his family. So it's almost expected that he's gonna be reckless and not have a cohesive plan to his offense. He's not thinking, "Oh, I'm going to wear him down and, put on a wrestling clinic. I'm going to he's thinking I'm going to beat the crap out of him as much as I can, as fast as I can, knowing that most likely he's not going to walk out of this match a victor, even if he were to win. I mean, this whole match is 95% psychology and 5% actual wrestling.
Technically 6 minutes and 35 seconds of wrestling.
Oh, I didn't give a time. I gave a percentage.
Well, no, that's how much percentage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
6.35.
I have 640, but tomatoes, tomatoes. But I mean, this wasn't this wasn't about just the Miz. It was about the build up that came after it, and the fact that we saw the Fiend on the screen and Bray Wyatt reacting to the Fiend, almost wondering if there was going to be somebody else coming out to play the Fiend. Maybe somebody was going to come out to play the Fiend to get the better of Bray Wyatt, but then we learn the lighting and everything was just a plan from Daniel Bryan, essentially returning as his American Dragon looking self.
What did you think about that? Because, he cuts off the hair and the beard, and he looks like a completely different person.
Yeah, that was something people were saying, like, God, Daniel Bryan can de-age 10 years in a day.
And, obviously the Fiend is supposed to be a heel. He terrorizes the Miz's family, and he's the face in the match. Um, Daniel Bryan comes back, and he's essentially the face again. So do you think that going forward, Daniel Bryan will be the face, or
Yo, yes, absolutely. And this is it's gonna lead to the unlikely pairing of Miz and Daniel Bryan, and we're gonna get something very reminiscent of the formation of Team Hell No, where they'll argue over who hates the other more.
That sounds about right.
Danny goes, well, we're doing this as fathers, but just remember, I, I hate you. And Miz will retort, well, I hate you more. And Daniel will go, no, I hate you. No, I hate you more. And then Dr. Shelby will come in, mediate everything, and we'll get
There we go.
And we have Kaliko Yachts joining us.
Oh, thank
Oh
God.
God.
So is Mitch.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. Test free, school free, work free, but not husband free.
I was about to say, if you're selling, I'm buying.
What's going on, peeps? It's been a minute.
We are talking about the TLC paid preview and the whole Daniel Bryan, Miz, Bray Wyatt circle triangle.
Yeah, that's weird because like I get what they were trying to do, but I felt like they brought back Daniel Bryan too fast because you really didn't get a chance to miss him. At least that's what I thought. But
Well, I mean, how fast do you need to recover from essentially what was a haircut?
Well, if you have bad hair follicles, it's damaging.
I will say this: Bray Wyatt got people going throwback Thursdays after they fight his ass. Everybody that he done fought then went back to like original form.
Yep.
Which is funny, but hey, I digress.
Next up was the Bobby Lashley defeated Rusev in a tables match. We haven't talked a lot about this rivalry, but it seems to be like one of the hottest ones in the company right now. Hopefully, it ends here.
Well, I mean, it doesn't look like it's ending here. If it's getting worse for anybody, it's going to get worse for Lashley because he's going to marry Lana. But I mean, to see how Lana reacted during the kickoff show, and hearing people talk about how she can cut a promo.
She got death threats against her.
It did her no favors. It was like it was almost like it was almost like she was trying to like shoot and control the narrative, control what people are saying, and maybe that's what was intended. But yeah, to hear her go like, "Oh, is this Renee? Is it? Oh no, wait, is this the brunette Renee? Is this the one who can't do Renee's job as good as she can?" To hear that condescending is just like nails on a chalkboard.
So essentially, you're saying that this is leading to a Bobby Lashley Rusev tag team.
No!
And Lana in a shark cage, as CM Punk described it.
God, a shark cage. Yeah, just we need another shark cage. For God's sakes, keep Rusev away from tag teams.
I mean, honestly, I felt like with the way they had Rusev do his promo, it was an issue. Because why would you be happy that another man ruined your marriage? I get the point of what they're trying to do.
I mean, have you heard Lana talk?
You ever play alimony? You ever pay alimony?
I say I get that part, but
Yeah.
but you would want like if the last thing you need to be is happy when you about to go whoop on a dude who like kind of took your girl. That's like if Dusty Rhodes was like, "Oh my God, I'm happy I ain't gotta pay alimony to Sapphire anymore." You know what I'm saying?
Send it to care of the cemetery.
You know,
But like, and I understand, and that's my biggest problem with this feud is that what is the payoff supposed to be? Like, is there some like underhanded plan that Rusev and Lana are trying to like pin on Lashley? Like, my worry is that this is gonna lead to something that's gonna cross the realm of being a soap opera and enter into the world of social commentary. Uh, the fear of Lana coming out one day and making accusations that Lashley beat her, that Lashley, that Lashley raped her, that
oh,
all that stuff that is just gonna backfire in publicity for the WWE. I mean,
like the
you
Robin Givens story, kind of like the
yeah,
Givens Mike Tyson type thing.
yeah. I mean, you think you know, you think the response to Lashley getting arrested in Tennessee was something? If if they take this in that wrong direction, it's gonna be so much worse. It's gonna be so cringeworthy, and it's gonna turn off viewers to the point where I guarantee you'll be able to pinpoint the drop in viewership on that segment alone.
Well, let me ask you this, and this goes to both of you. Obviously, this rivalry was designed to take Rusev away from Lana and get Rusev over by himself with no Lana. Is Rusev getting over without Lana in this rivalry?
I would say that he's over already.
He's been over for like 2 years.
Yeah,
Like to me,
it's for some reason the WWE has something against romances that didn't begin under their watch.
huh?
Like,
Because I could have sworn Rusev and Lana began under their watch.
no, Rusev and Lana were together before.
Oh, so they came in as a team.
Yes,
Okay.
Got
and
it. Gotcha. Gotcha.
and
Gotcha.
and when they were in the middle of splitting them up the first time, then they went and got married in like
And it's
protest.
ruined the storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now they're essentially repeating it this time with the roles reversed, where Lana is the evil woman, not the woman being mistreated. It depends on if you listen to Lana or not. And Rusev being the wronged husband, with Lana, trying to almost capitalize on that, yeah, all that controversy around, oh God, I can't believe I'm bringing this up. Me Too and whatnot, and how men are evil, and you should always believe the woman,
Type
and
deal.
yeah, and like, I mean, it didn't work then, but that was before Aiden English and Rusev Day, and how the
And
crowd,
they tried to do
yeah,
it with Aiden English and Rusev. Remember when they had the the
Yep.
angle where Aiden English and Lana kind of like were in a hotel room and type. So I get your point.
One night in Connecticut, which was severely disappointing. A severely disappointing follow-up from One Night in China.
And the last match on the card was obviously the Kabuki Warriors defeated Becky Lynch and Charlotte in a TLC match. You gave your thoughts on this already, Scooter. What was your...
Hold on, okay. I just want to say one more thing. Never let Kairi Sane throw a chair ever again.
She
That's
had
it.
a concussion.
That she caused.
Okay, well, she's in good company with Goldberg.
She's also in the company with Rey Mysterio, and as we all know,
He kills
Booyaka,
motherfuckers.
booyaka. Y'all are wrong. I see where this is going.
but let's get Kaliko's word on it.
I get what they were trying to do. I just felt like, to me, the match was solid considering the circumstances. Granted, they put themselves in those circumstances. I give Kyrie a lot of credit for finishing. I give Becky a lot of credit for even realizing that the shit was going down. But I see what they were trying to do, trying to bring back the women on the forefront because they kind of let Becky slide a little bit. But I really thought that this was mainly to pin up Asuka. So to me, it was a blessing in disguise because Charlotte's not going to go for the belt. There's only one person that Becky is going to be focused on trying moving forward, and that's the girl to beat her at the Royal Rumble. Because keep in mind, Becky Mania kind of kicked off with Becky losing to Asuka at the Rumble, which
gets glossed over.
You know what I'm saying? It really does get glossed over. And to me, like, Asuka to me is probably like between her and Natalya, like the most underused women ever, period, ever. So to me, that's a good thing to get them back on the roll and put Asuka back in that limelight. She deserves it.
Alright, and that will conclude our coverage of TLC. And Scooter, this is a question I want to ask you. I asked Kaliko 2 weeks ago. I asked Mitch 1 week ago. Dave Meltzer said that Cody Rhodes is the most over babyface in all of wrestling. Yes or no?
I mean, I'd have to have a few White Claws and then get back to you with an answer.
A White Claw.
I could agree partway with that. By the way, Mitchell is coming. Do we want to end the show here? No.
Quickly, give us your Twitters. This is the end of the show.
Cody he's over, and I would call him one of the top. I don't know if I would call him one of the top wrestlers in the business. I'd say he's one of the top minds in the business. I wouldn't call him the most.
Hey, sir, this can give me a change.
He is nowhere near the most over.
Yeah,
ain't no way in hell.
No,
I told him like Becky's way more over than Cody. Hell, Seth was more over than Cody.
I mean, you give somebody a White Claw and the ability to give a stunner to Sean Spears, and boom, they're over.
Speaking of Sean Spears, oh my God, this guy! I left the WWE to to spread my wings and get my talents, only to get Stone Cold stunned by the referee.
And
I
Tony
mean,
Khan.
I'm just saying, like, that's hustling backwards, fam. Hustling backwards.
I mean, the fact that they're friggin' doing the Stone Cold gimmick with friggin' hard seltzer.
Pretty much. So, I mean,
Like,
ugh, don't even, yeah.
like, that was the type of thing we would do at an indie show back in the NYWC. You know, when we went and did a specialty show at it, like a camp upstate, and like when I was ring announcing, even I would be able to get a spot in because these were like 10, 11-year-old kids. Like they were like, we don't care. Go out, and give them, give whoever's in the ring a DDT.
Yeah.
Like,
But,
yeah, it was fun to watch.
but anywho, that's all I wanted to say. Mr.
Yeah.
Hustling backwards himself.
And now it is time for our coverage, and we are wrestling with NWA Into the Fire.
Oh, God, I love NWA. Into the fire.
Dream Warriors. Oh wait, wrong song. Wrong goddamn song.
Get on the same page, Scooter.
Hey, he got the pitch right. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a Dawkins fan.
So, first and foremost, Stu Bennett on commentary. Just seeing him, definitely look like a fish out of water.
I mean, it wasn't all bad news.
Well, he gives good news now.
I mean, at least he ain't talking about black people and fried chicken and so on and so forth. Could be worse.
Yeah, sure. So, give me your thoughts on the paid preview as a whole, Kaliko.
I got to watch it, I will say, and as watching it, I always keep it this way, and I'm gonna say this till the end. NWA is the most easy, simplest, greatest watch ever in wrestling right now. You just can't. If you don't know what's going on in that thing, I don't know what to tell you. It's just like it's very invigorating. It kind of takes you back to like the US. It takes me back anyway to the USWA days, which were like,
even the paid preview was only 2.5 hours.
yeah,
Right.
but it felt so quick though. It flew. It flew.
It seems like the only thing they're missing is like a 9 a.m. slot on Saturday mornings.
I swear to God. But to me, they don't need it. Just by the fact that they got it on YouTube, and who doesn't have YouTube?
I don't know.
So YouTube in itself is the new.
Yeah,
YouTube to me is like the new PBS. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but with the them cracking down on content creators and whatnot. Yeah, yeah, but that's another topic for another time.
Oh, they doing all that for them kids because them kids keep getting their asses exposed on that shit. Because right when you got a 8-year-old making 28 mil, they coming for the labor laws, fam.
And we got the first matchup was Eli Drake versus Ken Anderson. Eli Drake won. So obviously, Eli Drake, being brought up.
I mean, you kind of figured he was going to be one of the pillars anyway. We kind of went over this when we did our predictions. We kind of did this. I kind of figured he was going to be with a guy.
Yeah, but hasn't Drake been on? You said he was called up. Hasn't Drake been on episodes of Power?
Yeah, he's been on there.
Yeah.
He's been in there. Like him and Anderson. But
I mean,
I guess he's trying to.
They're bringing him up.
To come up. Yeah, they're coming him up. Like, they putting him over. I
Oh,
got what
okay.
he's trying to do.
I think he's going to be that guy that takes the belt off Aldis.
Ooh. Ooh. Not if there's not if they not if they get the guy who they just got. He might take it off.
Oh, that's true. We'll talk about that a little later. And we have Thunder Rosa defeated Tessa Steeles. Then we have the Question Mark defeating Trevor Murdoch.
Bill DeMott's back?
the the fat Riddler. Oh God, I love that, man.
Buying this paid preview just to see the Question Mark sing the Mongrovian national anthem was definitely worth it. What are your
Uh,
thoughts?
Oh, all right. I was just
I,
gonna say seeing AK's booty was worth it, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, I thought Trevor Murdoch was dead.
Maybe Dick Murdoch.
I mean,
No,
when you see him come out to the ring, he might be.
like I seriously thought he like died a couple of years after Lance Cade.
Oh,
Okay.
Like for some reason, I just thought.
Nope, very much alive and losing to a guy named the Question Mark.
but question marks over like Rover, so it really don't matter.
Yeah, and they wanna bother Jim Cornette for saying an inappropriate joke on Power. Well, they drew down the Mongrovian flag and disgraced it, and they didn't get any slack for that. I mean, honestly.
You really thought they were?
Yeah, Trevor Murdoch took the flag and threw it on the floor. Very disrespectful
Man,
to him and his country.
well, it's only when you do it to the U.S., Jack. That's when people care. But I don't even think they care that much. So
Uh,
I,
de- definitely the shocker of the night, the Rock and Roll Express defeated the Wild Cards to retain the NWA World Tag Team Championships.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was like, bruh, come on. But I guess that makes sense because I mean they don't have a deep tag team division yet. So I mean I guess they could keep it on them till they get somebody legit on the come up or mix two singles dudes and have them make a run at it. But at this point, it was practically the wild cards, uh, the other two, the La Razas, I call them. And then you got the Rock and Roll Express, but you ain't really got like a depth of tag teams like
I mean, they have
AEW.
four tag teams. They have Eddie Kingston and Homicide and the Dawsons.
Man, come on, bro. Legit people who you think are gonna get a run at this thing.
Homicide and Eddie Kingston are pretty legit. I think so, anyway.
They're not LAX legit. Hell, they ain't even fucking. They not revival legit. Hell, they're not even Oni Lorcan and fucking
Ooh,
Danny
Bird.
Burch legit.
that is a barn.
Not a bird, just like saying,
Melina,
just throwing it out there.
Melina and Marty Bell defeated Allison K and ODB. Good to see ODB back.
Other way around.
Yeah, it was the other way around.
Allison K and ODB defeated Melina and Marty Bell.
Oh,
Yep, and I told you that. I was like, if Marty Bell's the tag team partner, AK's getting the win.
Marty Bell is somebody I have a little bit of a history with.
Oh, would you
Uh-oh.
elaborate on
Story time.
Yeah,
Story time.
when she would come in and work NYWC shows as part of WSU, and I would give her rides home back to her apartment in the Bronx, and
She would invite you in,
no.
spend some, maybe spend the night,
I would.
take a bow wow.
There was something there, but I did not capitalize on it because I was in a relationship at the time with somebody else in the locker room who everybody else wanted to woohoo.
So, Sonny,
No, I said woohoo, not womp womp. But no, it's just I just like to say I had Marty Bell in my front seat.
well, good for you. Alright, Aaron Stevens defeated Colt Cabana and Ricky Starks to win the national championship.
Phone disconnected.
Thank you. Please tell me he wasn't wearing those flesh-colored tights.
Oh no, he was. That's his
He
gimmick
was.
now.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think people really expected him to win this match. Me and Kaliko certainly didn't, but he's probably maybe the most over heel in the company as of right now. And
Yeah.
then we have Nick Aldis versus James Storm in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championships, the 10 pounds of gold. My biggest problem with this match, did not get to see the coin, did not see that it was heads when they said it was heads. Agreed? Disagreed?
I mean, them the same way people were giving AEW a pass, I give them that pass because, like, this is their first big thing, and they're trying to make it count. That's something they could probably like gloss over real quick. I'll give them that benefit, but I mean that doesn't take away from what happened in the ring.
I mean, it was a good match. At the end, didn't particularly like the finish. But that's where the actual finish comes in with Marty Scurll, making his return to NWA Wrestling.
Which is the real interesting part because y'all know he's a free agent.
And, Mitch Mayhem would have probably bet money, good money, that he would have went to AEW.
Well, he's still kicking and bitching up a storm at, oh, it's only a temporary one-time thing.
He could, but that...
Like, I mean, knowing... and for that matter, I can't say we know Marty, but Marty wants to go where he knows he'll be the center of attraction. So he's gonna go where he can be the big fish in the small pond.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And I would like to bring up something Cody said. He did an interview and was asked about Marty. And he essentially said Marty's gonna do what Marty wants to do. And we all kind of know that means there are maybe some underlying issues between them.
I mean,
maybe personality
yeah.
clash.
I mean, it makes sense that there would be issues just due to the fact that, like, they already got a head start, and that kind of gave Marty the wings to fly on his own. And now he's realizing, hey, I can get over on my own. And yet he bounced away from the Bullet Club in a way that got him in a positive light and still kept him over. So Yeah, why wouldn't he? Like, why wouldn't there be? Like, now, he's at the point where, like, he'd be welcome. He'd probably go there, but he doesn't need them as much as people think that they do. Because if you see what happened to Kenny Omega since he got there, hell, it's a fucking crying shame what happened to him.
Oh yeah.
So if he's seeing that, and I would be like, yo, I'd go somewhere where I could be the man too.
And you know, WWE said that they're interested in him as well, and his current girlfriend is currently signed with WWE, Deanna Purrazzo. So there's another open door for him.
Yeah, but I don't see him going there unless they put him in NXT. And to me, if he goes there, they're going to try to make him the gimmick. I mean, they'll try to run the gimmick rather than have him run the wrestling.
But
And
you know, we've been talking about Marty as a singular, but you know, Brody King's contract is coming up, and Flip Gordon as well, and they were in a faction together, Villain Enterprises. So
I know. And the lone person just became the heavyweight champion. And the guy left. They gave him the Sasha Banks Bailey tribute. I swear to God. Stick with us. We made this guy champ. We had him beat the most undefeatable person in 2019. You can be there too. That's what it screamed to me. That's what it screamed to me. I could be wrong.
hey, and it's official. All four of us is back on the air. We have Mitch Mayhem returning.
Hey, what up, fellas?
We are just talking
Hello?
about.
Happy.
We're just
Yeah,
talking
can you
about
guys hear me?
You
Yeah.
there? You good?
We're just talking
Okay.
about Marty Scurll and Villain Enterprises leaving Ring of Honor right now.
Oh. Well, that's a really good time for me. I told Scooter something about that earlier. Yesterday, I think it was. Yeah. Anyways, for anyone who thinks this is like, oh my gosh, he's in him and Nick Aldis are big buddies. Like he did a thing with like 6 months ago with him and Nick Aldis, and now before he goes to AEW, he wants to do another thing with his buddy. So
What did I tell you?
what?
I said this is exactly what you were gonna say.
Well, it is because I told it to you already.
Alright, and you know, go talking about Ring of Honor, we'll be wrestling with Final Battle.
What do you have? What do you disagree, Scooter, or what?
I have no opinion one way or the other.
I'm just telling you what I know.
Kaliko, obviously you're the only one out of the three that actually saw the paid preview. So could you give your thoughts on the paid preview as a whole?
That song is the catchiest
shocking
damn
as
song.
hell. Shocking as hell that PCO won the title. That to me was like the shock of the night. Like, but overall,
oh wait, what happened now? Wait.
PCO is the Ring of Honor World Champion.
ROH champion.
I guess that tells you right there. He's gonna resign.
But overall, I can say like I feel like I feel like they're scrubbing the roster. It's almost like ROH to me is like the Golden State Warriors. Like a lot of people are leaving, and it's a lot of transition. No, and not in a bad way, but like in a way where they're trying to rebuild it. You know what I mean?
They're losing to the Charlotte Hornets. I think that's a bad way.
Yeah, I mean not a bad. But the thing is like they're just gonna like they just try to figure out who's gonna stay, who's gonna go, and then work with it in there instead of having to go begging people. You know what I mean? It's almost like they're like, I'm not gonna beg you to stay.
It's rebuilding time.
Yeah, rebuild time. Rebuild.
And let me ask
If I'm sorry, real quick, if they can rebuild, I think ROH should sell, or Sinclair should sell, or just I think it's too diverse of a market right now. And they're on the bottom of it.
my thoughts on the paid previews. This was a really bad paid preview. The crowd that they did have in Maryland was almost dead for the whole duration of the show.
Where was it? Was it Baltimore?
Yeah, it was
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Okay.
And you had your biggest star in the first match, Marty Scurll, in a tag team match, not even really featured.
Right.
You had a horrible street fight between Bully Ray and Mark Haskins.
Actually, I think until recently, Roosh was their main guy. In my opinion.
Well,
in terms of who they were using.
Yeah,
Roosh was their champion, but Marty was their face. Like it
well,
right, but Marty's done with them.
It's
pretty clear.
That company. And then maybe the best match on the card was Jay Lethal and Jonathan Grissom against the Briscoes, and I'm a big Briscoes mark, so yeah.
I'll agree.
Real quick, the Briscoes are the most squandered talent in the wrestling world, dude. Because they're so damn loyal to ROH. ROH has kept them buried, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, they've won the championships 11 times. I mean,
yeah, but it's the ROH championship. You gotta move on.
Jay became the fucking champ, so yeah, why not? Like, yeah,
that's like being the champion of Burger King, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
Hey, we don't talk about Burger King.
It's a shitty. That was my first job, but that's a shitty brand.
I will challenge them for the Burger King championship.
It's a shitty brand, is my point.
And then you had PCO, which I did not expect to beat Rush. And if they can sign PCO, who they give the belt to after this, then yeah, they have serious issues and problems. Because
real quick, I know for a fact AEW gave him an offer because that he fits their desirable to undeniable shit. It fits it to a T in terms of what happened to him, his story, etc. I know they gave him an offer. This is obviously a counteroffer by ROH, so the title. So
everyone's dying to sign the Quebecer.
That's exactly what I was about to say. The Quebecer is
good. Hold on. He's got a great story, especially for the type of AEW desirable to undeniable kind of stuff I was talking about. You know, it just fits.
No.
But yeah.
Kaliko, you were the only one that saw all three paid previews: TLC, Into the Fire, and Final Battle.
Dream Warriors.
Dude, that is an addictive song. Holy shit, I can't get it out of my head.
It is. It's like so nostalgia.
It's the Daddy Shark of pro wrestling.
Dude, it straight up takes you back to like the old NWA. Oh, for sure. It's 80s. That's an 80s song.
Now, Kaliko, out of all three paid previews, which one was the best? Alright, we lost Kaliko for a moment here. We will get back to that.
What is new?
He is currently...
My bad. It's Into the Fire, followed by TLC, followed by Final Battle, in that order.
Alright.
TLC was garbage.
Mitch, you didn't watch any of the paid previews. How would you rate them?
What are you talking about? Yeah, well, highlights. I didn't need to watch TLC. It was garbage. I kind of watched it.
Yeah, you did need to watch it.
No, you didn't, because I was there with you, man.
Yeah, and I would have preferred you watched it.
What? For what? So I talk over you? I mean, there's no point in it. But okay.
Well, thank you for making a point for me.
What? Anyway.
Well,
moving on.
if there's no point in you watching it,
Oh, my cart.
Okay, if you don't want me to be there, just say it, buddy.
I think he's just mad because you missed out on the remix yesterday for SmackDown. You were MIA.
Yeah, you mean, well, Friday, whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to do the math. Look,
Kayfabe,
shit
damn it.
happens.
Kayfabe.
I did not get home until recently. Kayfabe my dick, man. So okay.
Wait a minute, hold on. You're
Wait.
saying that your dick
that your dick
don't-
is kicked.
you do not actually have a
Somebody
dick.
said somebody.
Oh, that was funny.
Oh, that's right. That man has no dick.
Alright.
Well, we got transgenders, don't we? I mean, no.
Oh,
He,
It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Even they don't want anything to do.
I don't blame him.
we are
moving
now
on.
wrestling
he's
with
like, I'm fluid.
our last topic. We are wrestling with the Wednesday Night Wars week. Who gives a fuck? Let's start with
Yeah, it's like football. Ongoing.
yeah. Let's start with NXT. Kaliko, what was your thoughts on NXT?
Man, I watched it yesterday, and I I like the way, because you would think that they would have had a fall off after Survivor Series, but the fact that they were able to catapult the stars after being in the mainstream for that weekend is really good. I say NXT has been on a fucking roll lately, and they've got the right people having the right matches. Not everything is great. Some things you can improve upon, but as far as like their top card, it's like, bro, they're making stars. They're literally making stars, and that's the one thing that NXT was lacking. I want to say after like the Nakamura's and the Samoa Joes and so on and so forth left, they really didn't have people that were like mainstream faces of the company. Like you had Gargano, and he's there, and I like Gargano, but it's different with Adam Cole or Rhea Ripley and in a Keith Lee, the way that they pushed them and put them in that pantheon of they got next. To me,
Ooh, there's a word I miss a lot. Pantheon. Okay, go ahead.
And Scooter,
but
what did you think of the show?
Nice vocabulary.
NXT has been absolutely on fire. I love I love what they've been doing. They've been putting quality matches with just the right amount of enhancement talent. The Finn Balor Adam Cole match was great. The main event was better, and I mean AEW held my interest for one match only, and that was Chris Jericho and Jungle Boy in the 10-minute challenge.
See, and that didn't hold my interest. I can understand, like from your standpoint, like where your appeal with NXT is and where you miss on AEW. I get it. I see it. It's hit and miss for me too. But and it's obvious AEW has a lot to learn still. Like you said, it is hit and miss. But
Mitch,
I
did you
just like
see
the style
NXT?
better. What?
Did you watch NXT?
I watched highlights of it, like I said.
Right, and what
I saw
was
the
your,
first match. That first match, I mean, like I like how they open with really good matches. That's good. They need to do that more. They have been doing that more often since AEW debut. I like the beginning match, like pretty much what Scooter said. It was a good solid show from what I saw.
and Kaliko, what was your thoughts on AEW as a whole?
Who are you asking?
They have a lot to learn. I mean, it's like
Okay.
what he just said. They have a lot to learn. It's like now the honeymoon phase is wearing off, and now this is the part where all those small things that they used to do, like when they would have a tag match and they wouldn't tag each other, or if they had a match and the referee is looking dead at somebody beating the hell out of somebody, this is where that stuff is going to matter for the hardcore fans. Now, to me, in general, they still are going to have a problem with mainstream, and that's not only AEW but NXT as well. When you're losing to the Masked Singer, so it doesn't even matter. You see what I'm saying? So it really
and
doesn't even.
that's one of Scooter's jams.
You
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
Masked Singer was fucking awesome. Don't you badmouth the Masked Singer.
No,
I'm with you,
I'm,
Coleco.
no one's downing them, but I'm just saying, like, they're fighting
I'm
for a
not into
share
it.
of the same pie rather than trying
Yeah,
to
I see what you're
expand the pie. You see what I'm saying? Like,
All I
that's what I'm saying.
say, all I say about the
like
Masked Singer,
like the American Pie movie. Just put your dick in it.
What the?
but we know that
He
you
said
don't have a
expand the
dick, Mitch.
pie. That's where my head goes. Yeah.
All I'll say about the Masked Singer is if nobody's singing Into the Fire, I'm not watching.
You never know. Next season, into the fire.
Oh, I will watch that episode. Okay, Scooter, what you kind of gave
and it turns out to be Tommy Chong again. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Scooter, you already gave some thoughts, but maybe elaborate a little bit more about AEW.
I mean, AEW didn't give us a reason enough to care. I mean, except for me on a personal level.
I was gonna say I would be behind that.
Yeah,
Like, they have my
yes,
homies there.
yeah, on a personal level, yes. The ending of AEW involved my boys.
Shout
Oh,
out to Kaliko's son. We got everybody on the show tonight.
I told you.
Thank you, man.
You were like, oh, I just want everyone on the show, and I'm like, watch, it'll probably happen sometime next week.
and
Peach Granty.
yeah, again,
Yeah.
AEW didn't give us much to care about in terms of
Oh man.
in terms of the rest of the card. Yes, my boys were part of the end. I gotta see
They
where
joined
that's
the cult.
going.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
they did.
yes, they joined the cult, and it's about time because they needed some personality.
That Dark Order thing is awesome if they do it right. It looks like they have potential.
Please don't put face paint on them.
Yeah.
I'm begging you, Tony Khan, don't put face paint on them.
Or
They're
GIMP
going
masks.
to be Axe and Blast.
They could also have like GIMP masks on. That's a no-go.
There's the throwback to an hour ago.
What?
No, we were talking about Demolition and
The unofficial fourth member, Blast.
yes. But
Whatever you say.
like AEW at this point seems like it's a bunch of individual like little segments just thrown out there.
Well,
not a cohesive show just yet.
But that's some of its appeal is the independent feel where it's kind of like it picks its own pace. It does its own thing. Yeah, that is like chaotic at times. I see it, obviously. But it also has its own feel to it. The acoustics, all kinds of things that make it different. So.
What do you, the main thing that kind of stood out to me for the AEW was Chris Statlander defeated Britt Baker.
Yeah,
Who
real
was,
quick, I like her, dude. I really like her. She is good.
I mean, she's only been on for like 3 weeks and already made an impact. I mean,
From
if
what
you're
I've
gonna
seen of her, I like her. She's
if you're gonna build
definitely
somebody,
got a
that's the way to do it. But
yeah. She's got an aura to her, is what I was trying to say. But anyway,
yeah. What about you, Scooter?
I definitely like what I'm seeing from Chris Statlander so much that
yeah.
I attempted to friend her on Facebook. Before
I'm sure that's her first
the
priority.
before it better be, otherwise she's gonna get a fat lip. No,
Oh,
Or be living with a flat lip.
terms of
give her-
service. Terms of service.
I'll give her a knuckle sandwich.
Sandwich?
Sandwich, yes, sandwich.
Misogyny.
But
Alright,
yeah, I think good things from Chris Statlander are coming.
if we could get from Kaliko your favorite moment from NXT, your favorite moment from AEW, and what was the better show?
Favorite moment NXT, Rhea Ripley winning the title because Shayna Baszler was just running roughshod over everybody, so it made sense. And they made it significant. They really made it significant.
Hold on, Scooter. Did I not tell you that was going to happen before it happened? Do you not remember?
No, yeah, I remember.
Oh, okay. Just keeping score. Okay.
AEW, yeah, I will say with the Britt Baker thing, because I really thought they were gonna the way that they used her after the Adam Cole little look-alike thing, I thought they would have kind of used her more. So that was very surprising. But overall, NXT has been on a roll since Survivor Series.
Oh,
Like the last
real
3
quick,
weeks, I think they had the better show.
real quick before I forget. Yeah, I was just gonna say before I forget the Shayna Baszler situation. Yeah, just conjecture and rumors from what I've heard is that I thought she was also going to lose the title to Rhea Ripley because rumor scuttlebutt is that they want to put her and Becky together for WrestleMania. That's what I'm hearing.
Kind of makes sense because the rumor is also that Ronda's coming back.
Yeah, but don't read in too much to that. I see that too. Just here's okay. So it's of course they would like to have Ronda versus Becky, but the obvious, like, without having to go too hard one way or the other, the obvious is just bring up Shayna, and she's already ready for it. So.
True, but they could also kind of run that 4 horsewomen thing that they've been trying to do for like 80 years.
But right, and it's just been so long. I just don't think they're gonna do it at this point. And Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke are just they're kind of like downers in my opinion. At least anyway.
All right, Scooter, favorite moment from NXT, favorite moment from AEW. What was the better show?
Favorite moment from NXT was Ripley winning the women's title. Favorite moment from AEW was seeing Jungle Boy last 10 minutes with Chris Jericho, but NXT had the better show.
You would have liked that being Marco's stunt, wouldn't you? That you wanted that. You were calling for that. But
I would have liked it being anybody from the mid card.
Well, you got Jungle Boy. I mean, he's a young dude. He's up and coming. My point is, he's a young guy with future stuff ahead of him. He's definitely not have his best right ahead of him right now. He's still growing.
I get where you're coming from, Mitch, but from a standpoint where they're telling us that wins and losses matter.
No, you're right.
Someone who's 0-3 in the Miami Dolphins of wrestling should not even be touching the champion.
Thank you. I agree. No, dude, I agree with you. I completely agree. And I told Scooter, you can't have Marco stunt going up against Jericho because it just the champion, but it's like a giant going up against like a wee ant, not David, but smaller. So Yeah, and then they go to Jungle Boy Jack Perry, or Jungle Boy, whatever you want to call him, is a step up maybe, but just a very small step. The only thing is he's a little taller. That's about it.
Mitch, do you have a favorite moment from each show?
Like I said, I only watched highlights from the highlights. I liked the opening match with Adam Cole and Finn Balor, and then I liked seeing Rhea Ripley win. So, and then yeah.
My favorite moment from NXT was Rhea Ripley winning the championship. My favorite moment from AEW was Sammy Guevara coming with cue cards during the commercial break to tell everybody what Chris Jericho was saying until they broke the commercial break. And that just right there tells you what AEW is at. And the favorite show was obviously NXT.
Yeah, even I'm leaning on NXT. Like,
Well, it's more because they got the structure. It's structured.
Yeah, you could tell it's a
And
more professional show. Yeah,
right. So AEW is gonna have we'll give them time to
and I'm
get
sure
there.
that's burning Jericho's ass. Like he sees it. He
Yeah,
already
he
said
had the
he saw
fucking
it.
meeting. Yeah, the team meeting on the shit.
But
So
that's
yeah.
about. I've been saying that for how long about the psychology thing. I think we all have. So.
Alright, and that concludes this episode. Please like, subscribe, comment on both YouTube and Castbox. It's greatly appreciated. You can follow us on Twitter. You can find me at JamesJ993. Where can they find Kaliko?
I am Kaliko, and now since school's over and I'm on vacation, I'm about to be trolling like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Where can we find Mitch Mayhem?
If by some weird reason anyone wants to friggin' talk to me, you can find me at Mitch Mayhem X on Twitter.
And where can they find Scooter Dust?
Because I know y'all want to talk to me. You can find me at Scooter Dust and managing the UNB Network Wrestling Twitter at Wrestling on UNB.
For my co-host Kaliko Yachts, Mitch Mayhem, Scooter Dust, I am James J, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment. Into the fire!
Morgy.
Into the fire!
Lovely.
Into the fire!